So this is the piece that we're writing, which is called Balanced on the Edge. And the reason it's called Balanced on the Edge is because this guitar is balanced on the edge of this table, and it has such a beautifully resonant tune, partly because it's balancing on the edge of the table. It's not tuned, it's only got 5 strings. And you hear that sort of warbling effect that you get from it. I just like the fact that it's so dystonic. And also I'm blocked because this room is supposed to be being painted, and I've not been able to start that until I've recorded this piece and freed up this guitar, but I don't want to move it until I've recorded this piece. So I'm playing through my I've got delay and reverb and a second reverb on, and the second reverb is set to cloud, so it's kind of this big warm just really reverberating sound basically, and some delay as well. So for the first part I'm going to play like that more sort of atmospheric, ambient, more kind of like soundscape than actual melodic music. So anyway. So the way that I'm going to record it, so there is an original version. That was just recorded on my phone. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to record in triplicate. I'm going to record with a Shure, just a standard Shure SM58, which I'm going to suspend near the sound hole. I'm also going to use a piezo microphone that I'm going to attach to the body. And then I'm going to record in room also with my phone. So we're going to record in triplicate. And you can see this guitar is a beast. It's a 3/4 size classical guitar, Simpsons. It's an original. And we'll see how it goes. So I'm at the moment when I'm trying to work out the best positioning for the microphones. As I said previously, I had my phone just next to the guitar. I've got this small piezo microphone that I want to attach to the body. I've done some tests and this position seems to give the best sound. And also with the Shure, I was wondering about suspending it above to get the sound hole, but actually that position there seems to give a good sound. And again, you can see the room has been stripped to be refinished, and it's been like that for a couple of months because I just love the vibration in the room. And I think it's partly because it's a small room, but it's very echoey. And it sort of intensifies, sorry for the shaking, it intensifies that vibration in the room as you play the guitar. And like I said, it's called Balanced on the Edge because the guitar is literally balanced on the edge. Also this table, you see it has this sliding drawer to put a computer in. And that vibrates as well when I play. So let's have this again. whole thing has this sort of vibrating, slightly detuned, slightly atonic, dystonic feeling, which I love. It really transports me, you know, to a sort of area of meditation. It reminds me of the time that I spent in Southeast Asia at sort of Buddhist temples. So that's the feeling that I have from playing this guitar. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so we're close to a final setup now. So how are we going to record this? So the first option is the piezo mic, which I decided not to use. It's an adhesive piezo mic, but I've just held it in place with an elastic band. That seems to work fine. We have the microphone. I'm going to record with this phone that I'm holding, and also I'm going to record with this old iPad. It's my only iPad. It's it must be 14 years old, so it still kind of works, although I think it only records 5 minutes and I can't update any of the programs. What I've changed is I found that with the vibration in this table, the microphone was moving too much. So I've put it on a piece of foam and I've just taped it down. And with this piece that holds the piezo pickup, that was also moving as well. So I've just taped that down. But other than that, I think we're good to go. Let's try. Okay, I'm declaring myself ready. So again, this is my €20 broken Simpsons themed guitar. It's got 5 strings, it's not tuned, but I just love this weird sound getting out of it, especially as it's balanced on the edge of this desk, and the vibrations really, they move me, they vibrate me. So what do I have? I've got the old iPad, a Shure microphone, and a piezo microphone. Those two are both running into Focusrite and into Reaper. I'm going to have this phone on the table next to the iPad, and then finally to record the process I have my Nikon camera there as well. Let's see how it goes.
So I'm just listening back to my trumpet part, which I've just overlaid on top of the other tracks. There's not a lot of tracks in this, but before that as well, which I didn't get on video, I've also put a Moog track as well. It's pretty cool, I like it. I've got this effect that I kind of like, which is using the wah pedal and a delay and double tonguing. If you can hear it, you can hear it me doing it. It's all building up at the end, more intensity. A lot of fun. Hope you enjoy it.
Well, it's been a little while since I made that first video, and you can see things have changed quite a bit from when I first started recording. So I started recording in my small office, which is where this guitar was balanced on the edge of the desk, and it had that really interesting resonance. And what I did, I had it laying flat on the desk, and when I was listening back to the recordings with my hands sort of coming in from above like this, what I was finding was that my nails would sort of come in and it would grate against the string, and it made this, don't know if you can hear that, but it made this sort of very metallic noise, which I really wasn't very happy with. So unfortunately I had to throw away those recordings and start again. Then I moved to a different desk where I had a Shure microphone, just balanced on literally on the edge of the desk. I had it taped down, and I had that microphone just right up against the guitar, and that allowed me to play in the normal manner. So it allowed me to play without making that sort of scratchy noise that I didn't like. So finally I re-recorded like that, and that was sufficient. Then some of the drums we had, well, I say drums, they weren't really drums. The beats we put in, they sounded too artificial and too strong for me. I'm talking about the first half of the track. And what I wanted to do was, you know, this song started from this guitar. I wanted to use this guitar to make as many of the noises as possible. So what I started doing was tapping on the guitar, and I found that depending on where I tapped, if I tapped here, I was getting a really different timbre of drumming. So that's how I recorded all the drum pieces. There are the more electronic drums, of course, but I was just literally in front of the Shure microphone, just giving one hits like that. And that's pretty much how the guitar was filmed, and a few of those drums. I will throw in a couple of other bits as well. So some of the other pieces that I used in the recording, well, there's a ting noise, and I use my favourite ting noise generator, which is this bird feeder. Amazing enough, and I'm hitting it with my boy's drumstick. So it sounds like this. It doesn't normally have bird food in it, but the minute it's hanging outside my window as bird feed. And it's got a beautiful sound. I think it's sort of aided by these springs that really help that reverb and that resonance. So that is responsible for the majority of the tings that you hear in Balanced on the Edge. And there's also a bit where that is actually played backwards. So that's the noise that you hear there.
So what I'm doing now is I've got the combined master from JJ's updated part, which I'm just about to record a totally fresh trumpet part over. So this is a mix minus the previous trumpet part, because when we listen back, it just didn't work. So I am gonna be playing the old pTrumpet high-tech through the Yamaha Silent Brass, just like I do in the Distorted Trumpet Show videos, directly into the pedal board, so that I get a completely wet sound when I record it, so that it gives me more of a it takes out the pure brass of the trumpet, and you just get the effects going straight in, so it kind of gives you a different feel for it, which for recording I quite like to do as a, you know, as an alternative. So I'm playing through my I've got delay and reverb and a second reverb on, and the second reverb is set to cloud, so it's kind of this big warm just really reverberating sound, basically, and some delay as well. So for the first part, I'm going to play like that more sort of atmospheric, ambient, more kind of like soundscape than actual melodic music. So anyway. Honestly, I'm really quite blown away. It's a cliche for musicians and artists to say that they've kind of achieved their Everest, you know, they've like topped out, peaked out, because obviously, you know, you keep growing and you never know what's what. But for where I am right now, aged 52 and a bit, this is the best I've ever played in my life. And this tune is like, well, if there was such a thing as a musician's Everest, this is mine for sure. This is just, it's just incredible. I'm like, I had so much fun playing what I've just played, and I hope you like it. And this tune came out of JJ on his little on his little kid Simpsons guitar, balanced on the edge of a table, out of tune, with a very specific resonance that gave birth to this. We had tons of iterations on it, tons of variations. The Moog has been introduced into it, and all sorts, and new pedals, old pedals, new styles, new themes. There's a new techno bit in the middle of it. I don't know where this is going to go, but this is, yeah, quality. Whoever you are watching this, thanks a lot. I hope you like it.
So this is the guitar that I did the majority of the electrical work on. So it's my Gibson M3 All-American. It's an odd guitar that I've heavily pimped up. It's just great because it's got triple humbuckers. I can split them. It's not a much loved model, and the previous owner actually stripped it back to the bare wood. It was originally black. Yep, you can see the original colour inside. So unfortunately, even though it is a Gibson, it's pretty much worthless. So I use it kind of as my modding platform, so that's why it's got all these crazy things on it. But it's easy to play for these sort of faster things.